What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back doing a take two for a video that I posted last night. Noticed a couple of areas that I didn't like in the video, so we are redoing this video. Gonna try to get it as close as it was on that first take, because I did like the information that I was putting out. Just had a little bit too much information showing on the screen. So redoing that video, but had a good day in the market, closing the week out, closed it out green. And let's jump on up into it. Not gonna show the thumbnail watch list because my thumbnail watch list charts are set to daily, and they are not daily, but today, and they're not showing anything. But first thing that I showed in the previous video was this right here. This is my cheat sheet. This tells me how many shares I need to buy for a particular stop size. Again, like I said, somebody said that I don't really take trades. They just said I'd be in the chat room talking, I guess. But this here normally sits on my desk. Tells me, let's say, let me see, there we go. So if a stop is 5 cents, I need to buy 1,000 shares. If the stop is $4.50, I need to buy 11 shares. That's usually for Tesla. Tesla is normally going to be those big $5 and $10 stops. But this sits on my desk. This is what I use. So when I'm trading, you'll see me highlight a candle, because in this video, I actually recorded some of my trades. I didn't get OBS started till like 11 o'clock. So it recorded my trades from 11 until I finished in the morning. But yeah, let's say I don't actually take trades. I just be making up ish, I guess. But we're going to go over to TRADERVUE. Like I said, we don't have anything showing on thumbnail watch list. It's blank because those charts were set to today. So let's go on ahead, pull up TRADERVUE, reviewing trades for Friday, July 22nd. We took 11 trades, closed P&L, 130 and 74 cents. What we traded. That is what we traded. Out the blocks, red on the first two. I want to highlight these Tesla trades real quick. Let's take a peek at them, at the details. We lost $1.87 on that one. So that was a flat trade. Stop was back to break even. But let's look at what our unrealized. Unrealized on that thing, $77. So this trade had went in our favor, $77. Didn't go in against us much at all. Again, that was the max unrealized cents or dollars in the case of Tesla. So this probably had like a $2.50 stop. But that was the first Tesla trade. Take a peek at the second Tesla trade. That one we made $4.30 on. Again, that's like a flat trade. Let's go down. Let's see. Max unrealized on that one was $30. Never went against us. Max unrealized cents or dollars, $1.54. We only had 20 shares on that one. But let's see, where did we get in on that on the 5? So got in as it was breaking this area, trying to make that move. And we see this one, had we left the stop alone, this thing would have made this pullback, but then it would have went on and most likely hit target up here. So that's just how finicky this stock market can be. Let's take a look at this one. Up, wrong one, not Snap. We want Tesla. Look at the chart on this one real quick. Yeah, so this one here, see how when I say how the stock market is finicky. But one thing I will say on this trade, big move, shallow pullback, shallow follow through. So this had a shallow pullback. Pullback should have been to about right here. This little candle is insignificant. So you take this whole move, pullback should have came to about right there. Look at where it came to. So shallow pullback, shallow follow through. Expectation should have been that this was not going to be a strong follow through. Should have got out at 1R. But that one, we take it to break even. It doesn't work. The next one, if we left stop alone, it would have hit target. So that's the crazy thing. Other way that you could look at that, this one here stops us out. We lose $50 if we left our stop at $50. We would have lost $50 on that trade. This one, we leave the stop alone. It's going to hit target. We make $100. So out of 2 trades, we still make $50. Gotta trust the system. Gotta trust the system. And then the other one that I wanted to look at is PIK. These two I took in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. From PGY down to Snap, we recorded. But I want to take a peek at this one. Let's see. Unrealized, $9. Stopped us out at the max. And then let's look at PIK real quick, the last PIK. Made $44 on that one. Look at the entry, good entry. Getting in as it's breaking this on the 2-minute, come over to the 5. You got a nice bottom and tail, testing VWAP. We get in right there. It makes this pop. Again, expectation. Expectation is that this thing is going to stall out right here. That's expectation. Look what it did. Didn't even really make it up to there. But look at the unrealized gain on this trade. We were up $77 on that trade. Went against us $15, so it didn't really go against us, and we made 44. But again, expectation. I did not have it on this trade, and I needed to. That's something that I'm starting to realize when I get into trades is what is the expectation of the trade? Expectation that this is going to stall out right here. It might stall and chug along and then go, or it might just reject it, Matumbo, and bring it back down. So with expectation, we should have been making, well, I guess we almost still made it, $44. Should have been making $50. So wanted to get that out the way on TRADERVUE. And now we're going to get to what I really want to bring. There we go. So this is my trade setup. This is what I'm looking at when I'm trading every morning. So I got that sheet that I showed you. That's on the desk. Used to use a calculator, but seconds matter. So trying to use a calculator and do the math, by the time I do that, a trade could be ran. Even with the sheet, the trades can run sometimes. But this is a screen recording. This is a screen recording from July 22nd, 11 o'clock. I had realized that I was not recording. So turned on OBS, started recording, and we're going to get into it. And on this first trade, we're going to go back and forth between my recording and the actual Thinkorswim platform. So let's go. All right, so we rocking and rolling. I had went over to THC, looked at the chart, and I saw this setup happening to where it was about to break VWAP to the downside with decent volume. Had decent volume. And you see, I just put my order in. $65.99 is where I want to get in. 50-cent stop. What I did not do was change my quantity. Didn't change the quantity. So it's a good thing that I didn't get filled on that order, because I would have been buying I would have been shorting 500 shares. Good thing. This trade actually would have worked. And the reason I say that is I'm going to show you. I'm going to pause this. We're going to flip back over to the actual Thinkorswim platform. So again, this is what I'm normally using. Let's do that so that those kind of line back up the way they usually are. But this is the chart. We see that we were going to enter right here, $65.99, 50-cent stop. So with a 50-cent stop, we needed a dollar move. So we would have needed this to go down to $64.99. $64.99 is right there. 4 minutes later, we hit target. And again, expectation. Look to the left. Looking to the left, we see that we're going to probably run into a little trouble right there. Look what it did. Came down to it, got just below it, and then just chopped around. But had we got filled, this thing would have immediately went in our direction. We would have had 500 shares on the line, and we would have made $500 on this trade. We would have made $500. But there's a flow. There's a flow that I use when I am, and we'll go on back over to the recording. There's a flow that I use when I'm when I'm getting into a trade, and that one I just missed it. So it's normally set the stop, set the target, come up here, set the share side. Sometimes I don't have time to really mess with this one. I want to put my stop in. I need to have my stop in, and I need to have my share size in, so I'm shared appropriately. This one I can come back and adjust once I'm in the trade. If I have time, it's boom, boom, boom. Don't have time, boom, boom, and then I can come back. There has been times where I've gotten in a trade, I set this, didn't have time to adjust that. I got in the trade. Trade went in my favor so quick that it hit whatever this target was in the system. So that was THC. Good solid idea on the trade. I just didn't get filled. After it missed that initial one, I never did. You see, I never did go back and put a bracket on. But that would have been an excellent trade right there. And you see here, I set my share size to 20. That's a 10-cent stop, or that's a $10 risk, I should say. That's $10 risk. If it would have went $1 in my favor, I would have made $20. So that was the first one of the recording. So now I am using the pre-market gap list to find this idea. I see PGY moving. Let me back up. You'll see me highlight the candle. It's saying that candle was 38 cents. I'm around it to 40. I'm going to look at my sheet. It's going to tell me I need 125 shares. Boom, 125. Because this one is coming down, I'm playing this to come back down to the 9 moving average. So I just want to have everything set up. And now we're just kind of watching it. Trading a lot of times is a whole lot of watching and waiting, but we're watching it. I'm going to speed this up 30 seconds. Speed it up 30 more. So now I'm measuring from the 9 moving average, getting the height of that candle, and then watch how I enter this one. I enter this one a little differently than I usually do. Normally, my entry would be set to the top of that candle. That's usually where it's going to get set to. But I'm playing this one because I look to the left and I see every time that it comes down to the 9 moving average, it catches support. So I drop my order in on the bid, and then I'm going to drag it up to where I want it to get in at. So you'll see me dragging it up. I'm going to drag it up. Now, there we go. Want to get in there. It fills. Now watch, I'm going to go down. I'm going to check, make sure that my stop is where it needed to be. It is. And if you look up there at the trigger, I never did adjust the upper target. So it's still set. So I need to go up there, take a look at it. It's at 125. I actually dragged this one higher instead of putting it. And that's when I say I need to just stick to my 2-to-1. I need to stick to the 2-to-1. But we're just going to let this one play out. I'm going to fast forward at 30 seconds. There we go. And you'll see in a minute, I'm going to drop a price action line on the chart. So see me still fidgeting. I bring the stop up so that it's just below that candle, but then I realized, like, no, let me put this on the 9 moving average. So the 9 moving average is 1072. It's fluctuating between 1073. So I put the stop at 1070, which is just below it, just in case it peekaboos. And there, I'm dropping that price action line. That line is put there because that's like my line in the sand. If this stock gets below it, I'm going to get out. And the reason I did it was because right here, this should act as support. This should hold this stock up. You see it kind of peekaboo below it. But if this candle closes below it, I want to be, it's pretty much telling me that this move is most likely not going to work. So trade's still doing what it's doing. I'm going to fast forward at 30 seconds again. Let's go 30 more. There we go. So now we have it closed above it. So we're good with that. Got a new candle forming. I'm going to fast forward at 30 seconds. And now the trade is going in our direction. Now it was finally catching that steam that we needed to catch. But watch this, y'all. Watch this. So it's in our favor. It's moving. Look at the P&L open on that one. It's up to 30. Again, I'm adjusting my target. I need to quit doing that. I need to get my 2-to-1 out of the trade and be done. But look, so it's in our favor, 1R. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to move the stop to break even. But instead of putting it at break even, which is 1105, I'm going to take it up to where it's going to capture $5 if it comes back down. But watch this. Bam. You see how quick that thing came down. It blew through where the stop was at. And look what the P&L is, $2.50. So this trade was in our favor, 1R, came back, slapped us at the break-even mark, but caught a little bit of slippage coming past it, and we out of the trade. Like, God dog it. But what this did was set my expectation for every trade after that. So we'll fast forward it. Let's fast forward it up and back it up 10 seconds. Back at 10 again. Come on, there we go. Right. So that pretty much set our expectation. But now I'm looking at Boeing on the thumbnail watch list. I'm gonna back that up again. I noticed Boeing has made a move. So I come over, I highlight that candle. That candle is 32 cents. 32 cents. We looking right here. That's the candle. That's the range. So let's see what we set our stop at on this one. So 32 cents. We've already missed the move though. It's made the move. So get your flow right, look around. So we set the stop to 30 cents. 30 cents should be 167. We go 165. We just buy the ask on this one because we've missed the move. Come down. And now I'm going to adjust the stop. I'm going to adjust the stop because, again, we've missed the move. It's already running. So we'll bring that stop on up a little bit. And as you notice, I did not adjust the upper. So the upper should have been 60 cents. It's at $1. So once I'm in the trade, and if it's going in my favor, I got time to adjust that. I don't mind it being a little higher. I don't like for it to be lower because sometimes that thing will pop and it'll hit my target before the trade really works. But we see the trade's going in our favor. We up $30. It's doing what we anticipated it to do. So now we'll drag that down drag it down. And let me see something. Just making sure. Yep. All right. I needed to make sure that it's blocking what I needed it to block from the first video. So we set our target, and now we bring this up to 1R because we already in the good 1R. Bring that to 1R. We'll adjust that up to 2R. And now we're just going to let this thing work. It's either going to come back, tag us for 1R, or it's going to go up there and hit that target. Expectation on this one was that it was going to get up to previous high of day, which was that green line. But if it doesn't, if right here, that's first expectation. If it fails at first expectation, we're going to get out for 1R. Because we're looking for it to hold over that and then with strength continue. But we'll see. Nope. Came back, tagged us, stopped us out. Made 49 bucks on that trade. But see how quick that was. So now we're just watching it. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward 30 seconds. It's pulling back. Pulling way back. Again, that was having expectation. Look to the left, see where that expectation is, see where that support or resistance is. So now I'm just scrolling through the gap list, come across TBLT. Watch it, highlight the candle. Let's see, let's go back. That's why I said it's quick, it's quick. People say that I don't actually take trades. Okay. All right, so highlight the candle, range, 22 cents, probably rounded that up to 25 cents. 200 shares is what I should be taking. But again, this one is running already. So we're going to change our stop, 25. We're going to change our target, 50 cents. We're going to join the ask on this one because the trade's already running. Didn't change our share size because it was already running. And this one, I wanted to bring back down a little bit. So you'll notice me bring this back down to the $50. So this comes back down, and I'll adjust it one more time on this one. Just because I see where the support level is at. So that's acting as support. It should not come down that far. But this one's going to do what it needs to do as well. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me pause that real quick. Take a peek. Yep, blocking what I needed to block. We good. So I did that so that I can have the target and drag it where I need to. Again, after that first one, expectation is 1R. Expectation is 1R. So we'll continue to drag the stop up to 1R. And then watch this thing. Once it starts going in our favor. So now, bringing the stop to break even. Set it to break even and watch this. Watch this. Bam. That quick, that thing popped up, hit target, and we out. 51 bucks on the trade. Again, because now we have the expectation that this thing's only really giving us 1R once we get in the trade. Just giving us 1R. And I'm good with that. So we see that this just kind of bounces around. I'm going to speed it up. We see it pulls back just like BA did. Let's go back to. All right, we're good there. So we go back to PGY. We see PGY is holding this area. So, I'm going to highlight that candle. Let's pause it. Take it back. Let's see. I'm going to highlight the candle. That candle is 55 cents. So just confirming. If we look, we see we already got 55 set for our stop. 55, we need 90 shares. But we don't adjust the share size. We keep it at 20. Like I said, gotta Gotta work on that flow. So if this one didn't trigger us, but had this triggered us in, we would have been under share sized on this one. If it would have hit target, we would have only made about 21 bucks on this trade because we only had 20 shares. But like I said, never triggered us in. It's not going to trigger you in until it crosses over wherever you have that limit order in the system at. But once it's in there, now I can go and start looking for some other ideas, which is what I did. So I'm going to fast forward this again. Let's fast forward it. Let's back up. So we see Boeing. We highlight Boeing. Let's see. 20 cents is that candle. Let's see what kind of stop we give that one. Gave it 25 cents. 25 should be 200 shares. We do 100 shares, so we're buying a half lot on that one. Not going to take a full position just because this is a little choppy. But we're getting in. If it breaks this area, stop is down there. Now this trade is invalid because it broke below the low of that candle. And I should have took that order out of the system. But came over to TBLT, same thing, highlight the candle, 28 cents. Giving that one 25-cent stop, but we don't actually ever enter into this position because notice those right there. Look at those top and tails. Like, nope. I would have wanted to see this first candle break this one and then enter on the next one. Enter on strength as opposed. This would have been entering in on weakness. So I would have wanted to see either a color change bar and then entry or just a top and tail. So we never entered in on that one. And this was the last entry of the morning. This was snap. 5 cents was that candle. So we put our stop in 5 cents. We put our target in 10 cents. Again, this is a short. So we're only risking $10 on the short. So we need 200 shares. And then we go ahead and we get in this one. And this was a good trade here too. This trade actually hit target, but watch where I set my target at. So I'm gonna get in, bring it down, boom. Want to get filled, I get filled. Look what my target is at. My target is at $20. $20.60 is what I'm gonna make on that trade. But watch what I do. Watch what I do. I take and I move that thing to 3-1. Why? Why did you do that? Look around. Because this one here, after I took this trade, I packed up, left. It was time for me to go grab some lunch. Out eating lunch, I have Thinkorswim on my phone. I go in, I look, and I see that this thing has actually went past target. And I'm like, that's right, you big dummy. You moved it from 2-1. So then I went in and I moved my stop to capture 1R. Came back, tagged me for the 1R, and I was out of the trade. But that is it. That is a snippet in the morning of how I'm trading. I'm basically, this is what I'm looking at. That's my screen. That's basically off to the left. Right in front of me is my thumbnail watch list. And I am just watching that thumbnail watch list. If nothing is moving on the thumbnail watch list, I'll kind of scroll through either the pre-market gap list. I'll have that sorted by percent gains. So the stocks that are running will pop up to the top, or I'll have it set to my previous high of day scanner. And I'll be looking for the same type of movements on those. And you saw on the TBLT and the PGY, that's where we caught those on. Those were moving on there and made for a successful day. Made for a successful day. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, please hit that thumbs up button for me. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. If you do subscribe, hit that notification bell, click all. And I am about to go get a ride in. It's what, 6:45 this morning? I'm about to go hit the trail. I don't know if I'm going to do 30 miles this morning, but we're going to try to put a few miles on these legs. And again, on that note, we'll be back at it next week. Peace.